If you don't know about flyer deals on Instacart, this message is for you. Flyer deals are like strolling through your favorite store looking for deals, but you're scrolling your phone, and maybe you're in bed. Because getting delivery doesn't mean you have to miss deals like you'd get at the store, like the one creamer that doesn't make your stomach hurt, or the pasta sauce you can't not buy when it's on sale. So download the Instacart app, shop flyers, and never miss a deal on one of your favorites. Plus, get delivery in as fast as 30 minutes.
Hey, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh, hi. How's it going today?
It's going good. How about you, girl? What's new?
Pretty good. I mean, not much. I've been cleaning my drag room all day, slash my office, slash my sewing room, slash where I go to cry. It's been pretty good.
Well, girl, I have news. It's news that's bigger than... Okay, it's not that important, but it's news.
Okay, cool. I like news. What's the news?
Baking Sugar, this podcast right here that you're listening to right now, that you were taking part of, you and I, at a Little Doc Sun, by a bag of balloons with the money we got, set them free at the break of dawn. Anyway, a little Deana for you.
Jeez.
No, I don't know. Insane balloon. Anyway.
BT dubs, when the Germans come to do karaoke, it is always magical watching them do that song. Always.
I'm sure it is. It is.
Straight German dudes singing that song like it was a soccer anthem. It's the greatest thing ever.
So anyway, we have reached 5,000 downloads.
So crazy.
I
5,000 people have downloaded, or 5,000 episodes of us talking have been downloaded into people's ears?
Yes.
What is happening, people?
I don't even know.
Are you guys okay? Is everything okay? Do you got some stuff going on?
I mean, apparently they like us. They really like us.
Okay, Miss
Or they
Mims.
just have nothing better to do.
Miss Mims hyphens Fields. You like us. You really, really like us.
I do look like I should be in a coal mine.
You do. Or you just got out of a coal mine.
Or a coal mine, or what? I don't know what's
Girl,
going on.
where are you about to go with that? Where are you about to go with that?
I don't know. Dear listeners, I apologize. I'm currently sucking on a Halls because last night, of
What
course.
about? That's not very fair. What about oats? Sorry, I couldn't help it. This is right there.
So
right there.
It's Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, mothers.
Happy Mother's Day, mothers. We both have mothers, so you know. Happy
So
Mother's
I
Day
went
to
back to Statesville
not the Statesville, Yanny.
to visit my mother, and I left my CPAP at home. So I have not been without my CPAP for a very long time, trying to sleep.
Yes,
Does it get you whenever I say CPAP?
it does.
Okay.
Every time.
So I woke myself up snoring so many times last night. My throat is raw from all the snoring I was doing.
Wow.
Girl, I have to have a CPAP with me from now on, apparently.
That's so cool, though. That you, at least not cool, but like cool that it's at least confirmed that it really is making a big difference.
Oh, it is. Because I would, like, I had a breathe right strip on. I sat my ass up like I was seating to try to sleep. And, like, my head would go sideways. And I'd go, and then I'd, like, wake up from hearing myself snore. Something that didn't happen for years, right?
Right.
But now I'm sensitive to my own loud-ass snoring. And, like, my snoring is so loud. It's a Garthquake. Did you hear about the Garthquake?
The Garthquake. Oh, yes. I did read about that.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, I'm not surprised by it,
No.
but I did read, I can imagine that a lot of people homping and stomping and jumping around to Mr. Garth Brooks.
It was in Baton Rouge, and he was singing the song Baton Rouge, and apparently it's the fight song for LSU now, so...
Oh.
And it was at the LSU. Like, LSU Stadium holds 100,000 people on game day, but that doesn't include the people they could have on the field. So it was probably closer to 150,000, something like crazy like that. And they were all, operator, what you put me on through? I said, I love the Baton Rouge. I love that song, girl.
Lord.
I love Garth Brooks.
Do you?
Do you not?
I don't love Garth Brooks. I mean, I like some of his songs, but I don't like a lot of his songs.
I mean, that one album, The Greatest Hits, is real good.
I thought you were going to say the Chris Gaines album. I didn't know. I was like, I mean, I don't know where your tastes lie always.
You know exactly where my tastes lie.
Speaking of good taste, how about that Dolly Parton getting inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Right? I know.
Like, I thought for when I was reading about the inductees this year, I just thought about the two of us. I was like, in 1 year, Dolly Parton, the Eurythmics, and Pat Benatar.
Oh, yes, and the Judds, girl, and the Judds. Oh no, wait, that's Country Music Hall of Fame.
That's Country Music Hall of Fame.
Oops.
That was no,
Oops.
it's fine. But it's I'm thinking about that. But the cool part that I'm excited about, because part of the Hall of Fame is that there's the Hall of Fame concert.
There is.
So I can't wait to see who all gets paired up, who does duets, who does things like that. It's going to be super fun. I would love to see Pat Benatar and Dolly reprise "Does He Love You Like He Loves Me."
I don't think Dolly's going to show.
Why?
She tried not to get accepted nomination.
No. But she did a 180. So okay. she actually said, so there was an additional interview that just happened after she got, because basically she said that she didn't want them to include her, and they included her anyway, and then she made it. And she essentially said that she felt it's Dolly. She's like, she actually said, I try to be peacemaker. It always gets me in trouble. But anyway, she basically said that she knew so many artists over her career that had really wanted to be in the Hall of Fame that had not gotten in, that she felt terrible about even being on the ballot. And which the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame said, shut up, Dolly, you're getting on the ballot and you're going to get the thing. So just stop. So now she's like, okay, fine. I'll show up. It's fine. So yeah, like I said, I want to see her and Pat Benatar do Does He Love You Like He Loves Me? I want that so bad in my life.
Did you see Winona Judd at the Country Music Hall of Fame?
No.
Girl, she looks even
go?
more
Why
like a drag queen than her and Ashley accepted the award.
Oh man, I can't believe they. I mean, I guess that's brave of them to go. But
Ashley Judd's face is snatched right now.
I'm surprised because wasn't she just like in some weird it's like some accident or something like that? She was in like the jungle and they had to like get her airlifted out or something. That was a few months ago. I thought she was still...
Ashley Judd?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was nuts. My husband's the one who pointed it out to me.
I really liked her in that movie before she got wine-stained. What was that movie? Double Jeopardy. I enjoyed Double Jeopardy. That was fun.
Yes. Okay. So here it is. This is what I was talking about. It says
Ashley Judd.
Oh my Lord. Ashley Judd is celebrating recovery after breaking her leg in 4 places 11 months ago. Apparently she was in the Congo and she had a major accident and they were nowhere near any civilization.
Then I bet you that it wasn't her face was stashed. I bet she's on a lot of prednisone and she was just a little moon-faced.
Lord. Geez.
Well, it happens. But no, Winona. She looking like a drag queen.
Now I have to go look it up. You were forcing me to go look it up.
At this point, her hair was so orange.
Did you say she looked like a?
She looked like a drag queen.
I hate you. Oh, why did you have to say it like that? Oh my God! Oh my goodness gracious!
Good Lord! She looking like a drag queen. Well, she does. She always has, right? Like we had a couple of drag.
Always.
We had a couple of drag queens here who looked like her. Like they did Winona drag.
I know. I remember the days.
Yeah.
I remember this. I remember those
I
days.
love Winona.
Honey, what are you talking about? Every country woman that put out any music between 1970 and 1994-ish, I love. You know that.
But
Don't even.
my original is Pam Tillis. That is who I
Girl,
her song
man.
speak to my soul. Speak to my soul. Just call me Cleopatra because I am the queen of denial.
Lord.
Queen of denial.
I was a Mandrell boy back in the 80s.
Speaking of being a Mandrell boy, did you know that we have a Patreon?
Shut up.
Dear listeners,
Endorsed by country music legend Crystal
nope,
Gayle.
nope, not endorsed by anyone. Kiboshing that right now. Not endorsed. Hush, mate.
In my fantasies, endorsed.
And it can be part of your fantasies too. If you will please visit us at patreon.com/MrMahaffey and throw us some money.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Maim. Speaking of your fantasies, did you know we have another podcast?
That is actually from my fantasies. Yes.
Yes.
I had heard whisper that there was a second podcast. Yes.
There's a second podcast.
What are you
Maim?
kidding
It's
me?
called You Slay Me.
Ooh,
It's a
slay.
Murder She Wrote podcast, girl. Dear listeners, if you just go to your computer machine, type in Mims and Maim, You Slay Me, and it may pop up. It may not, but it should, hopefully.
It should. Actually, so funny, just to give our listeners of Baking Sugar a little sneak peek, we actually got a wonderful DM about You Slay Me that I haven't even told you about. Yep.
We did.
This lovely lady named Liz Johnson, she wrote us and she's like, my name is Liz, I'm from Wisconsin. When I heard that your husband was from Wisconsin, I got excited. So she's like, I watch an episode and then I listen to you when I can. So keep on doing this podcast and I'll keep listening. It gives me a chance to revisit the show since I haven't in a while.
Dear listeners, see, we are doing the Lord's work.
That's right.
We are doing the Lord's
That's
work.
right, Henny. That's right.
I guess that's what we're doing.
We're doing some deity's work. I don't
We're
know
doing
whose.
something. We're taking 3 hours, 2 hours,
2.5 hours.
2.5-ish hours
Two-ish hours.
out of our week, and we're doing this. And
Yeah, like we're doing this because we love you.
and we love Camp TV.
We love Campy TV.
As
yes.
we are now.
The queens.
Insert the tagline that we created for ourselves.
The Queens of Camp TV.
Yeah, there you go. Spread it around, people. We're trying to
podcast soon to follow.
we're trying to get those Ruples people to give us actually,
people.
rather than Ruples, I would rather have somebody like Paramount TV who's got the full CBS vault,
right? Like letting us do like little post show things,
like
yes.
they do for Netflix with Trixie
Girl,
and Katya.
If Paramount let us at that Perry Mason, my nipples just got hard. I'm so excited. Dear listeners, I am actively rewatching all of Perry Mason just for fun. I'm not even doing a podcast for it. Just for fun.
He's watching Perry Mason, Columbo.
All of it. It's better than what's on now.
I mean, Designing Women, Murder, She Wrote.
My life is
Diagnosis Murder.
I'm just not yet.
Matlock.
Girl, please.
Father Dowling Mysteries.
Let me tell you what I did.
What else could I
did? Let me tell you what I did. I got
Touched by an Angel.
I'm not watching Touched by an Angel. I got so excited.
Dr. Quinn.
Okay, I got so excited from Perry Mason. I went on Amazon because it's not streaming anywhere, and I got the box set of all of the old Perry Mason movies that happened in the 80s.
Oh,
yes.
no.
Oh,
Jake and the Fat Man.
Oh, we should do
Ironside.
Okay, so let me say this about Ironside. So I knew of Ironside, but I had never seen Ironside. So I didn't realize that essentially Ironside is just Perry Mason Part 2. It's just Raymond Burr playing a different character.
It is Raymond Burr, isn't it?
Yes. So when they reboot Ironside, I was like, oh yeah, that's that one about the guy that's in the wheelchair. So when I actually went to see it, look for Ironside, I was like, wait a minute, this was literally like right after Perry Mason. It's the same show, and I was gonna try to see if it was streaming anywhere. It's not. So then I went to go look up the DVDs. Girl, those things are still like $30 a season.
Well, on that note, girl, you ready to get started in this episode?
Oh yes, Annie. Yes, let's do this.
Let me open up my messes. Come here, messes.
Get them messes open, girl.
This is season 3, episode 2, The Candidate.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the lights went out in Georgia. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. The lights went out. And that is the night the lights went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Not Manchurian. We aren't getting at that. I mean,
well, I don't know. I mean, that could have been the other dude. He could be the Manchurian.
Right?
Yeah.
God. So we're at Sugarbakers.
Yeah,
we're at Sugarbakers, and Anthony and Charlene are singing Dale.
They are really into that too.
They really are. Maybe they just saw Beetlejuice.
Oh, maybe that's what it was, because that's around the same time, isn't it?
Because that song had
that song got
back.
super popular again.
What's his name?
Harry Belafonte.
Yes, I love that song.
Strangely enough, just cluing back into what we spoke about earlier, also inducted into the Hall of Fame this year.
Good for him.
Yep.
Is he still alive?
No. He died a couple of years ago. I actually know one of his nieces, because he actually
Are you related to them? Because you're related to everybody.
No, girl, I'm not related to Caribbean people.
I don't know. I don't know who your people have slept with.
The brown people in my family are not from the Caribbean side. They're from like.
Are some of them from New York?
Maybe.
Okay, so could they have maybe married a Caribbean person?
My Aunt Gladys did. She had
So could you be related by maybe not by blood, but maybe by blood after that?
I suppose so.
Okay,
essentially we could be related to everybody by blood.
We are because of Adam and Eve.
Thank you, Adam and Eve, but not Steve.
Oh no, Steve was there too. It was open.
Hey, Steve. You did not just say that.
Oh God! Did you like that?
Oh my God! I loved it. Sorry, just from listening to 1,000 sermons about Adam and Eve, not Steve. Like that got me right in my heart.
So Charlene asks, "Do you know any other songs that say Misa in it?" You know, basically, and he's like, "Well, I could start singing Zippity Doo Dah."
No, we're not gonna do that. That was right around that controversy too.
Yeah, it was.
For dear listeners that don't understand that particular joke, that weren't alive then, if you're younger, if you're a 90s kid, there was a wonderful movie called Song of the South. I use wonderful in quotations. It was a bit racist in hindsight. It was a bit racist. It was a bit racist just in general. But, at the time in the 80s, people were very divided because they thought it was, well, this is reflective of what it used to be like. And the other people were like, yeah, the racist. Mm-hmm. So it got shut away into the Disney vault, never to be released again.
I've seen it.
I have too.
I mean, like I
had the technically. So me and you have talked about this before about in the 80s, certain things that now that we realize in hindsight were quite racist. Yes, they were so commonplace that it wasn't even considered racist. So I had the Song of the South kids book.
So part of it wasn't that bad, right? Part of it was
part
just
of it wasn't that bad, but
part of it was just a magical black man telling stories.
Well, it was the
And then there was Tar Baby.
Yeah.
like this is not justifying it. I did not want that to come out. I'm just saying that it had all of the levels of racism in it.
It's so crazy too, because like I can see just as clear as day, right? I can see that Tar Baby. I can see it. I can see the animated version and the one in my book. I can just oh boy. Just
I don't even like remember that part of it. I just remember Zippity Doo-Dah, and that's it. Because so the thing is with Disney movies, when I would watch them at home, because that's the only way it was available, was when I was really sick.
Yes.
So I would have a high fever, put that shit on, and like Zippity Doo-Dah first song, and then I was out for several hours. So it was playing. So I don't remember this shit.
I remember. I can still remember. I mean, this is our own inner Black American colorism. I remember very dark people being called Tar Baby by lighter skinned Black people, which would be just like, oh boy, I don't want to be here right now.
Did I ever? Girl, I was at work, and there was an instrument that wasn't working right.
Oh no!
And there were, Lord, tell me if I need to take this out of this episode. I will.
Okay.
There were two Black girls at that instrument, complaining about it, trying to figure it out, and it wasn't working for them. So they started putting their arms against it to see if they could pass a paper bag test, and it would listen to them. And I walked over there too. I was like, "What are you doing?" We're just seeing if we're light enough for this thing to listen to us. And I looked at it. I put my arm beside of it, and I was like, "It ain't even gonna listen to me."
Oh Lord! No, you ain't got to cut that out. That's hilarious.
Okay. I did not know.
Did you ever eat at the Tar Baby restaurant in Myrtle
No,
Beach?
we've been through that. Let's get.
I just like reminding America that there was a Tar Baby restaurant in Myrtle Beach.
So what they're doing at Sugar Bakers, they're doing some kind of like a shipment.
It's
came in,
inventory. They got an inventory influx, which I was really surprised because I thought, wait, why don't you have like a storage facility for this? Why is it all coming to the house? Because that's Julia's house. Like, it's her house.
Yeah. Anthony's working for Citizens' Rights Group.
Yes.
And nobody knew he was into politics.
No.
And it all happened in prison when T. Tommy Reed and somebody else wanted him to be the snack bar supervisor. And he eventually decided to when the other dude beat him down with a lead pipe.
Yeah. It was some of his stories, if you take a minute to really dive into them, you're like, boy, these are dark stories.
Yeah, they are. They really, really are, aren't they?
Like Anthony being beat with a lead pipe, the audience is laughing, but it's like, is anybody actually listening to this story?
No.
Good gracious.
No. Maybe they're laughing because it's not believable, right?
But it is believable.
But it's completely believable. But how long was he actually in prison for?
I don't know.
And why was he at a maximum security prison for robbing a liquor store?
Robbery. It was like, it wasn't even like a major
accessory to robbery.
Yeah, nobody even got hurt in the robbery. It's just better for storytelling, right? Like he
wouldn't be in T. Tommy's.
Yeah, we want to picture Anthony in like the worst possible place because that is funny. Question mark.
Excuse me.
You're okay.
Anyway.
You're excused.
I know. So it's a little bit later. Suzanne comes in.
Oh, she looks so good.
She's hungry. And like, they're like, well, we told you about this. Why don't you help? Well, I told you to let me know. We did last week. I need more than a week to prepare because she had an appointment with Mr. Donnie.
Yes.
And Mr. Donnie fixed her roots. And Mr. Donnie does not do roots. don't you just picture what's his doodle whenever she talks about this man? Leslie Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
and it's funny because as you said that just now, I was like, and I remember what Leslie Jordan looked like at that point because he was in one of my favorite 80s movies, Ski Patrol.
Oh, God, Ski Patrol.
He's the entire reason I knew. He's the whole reason I loved that movie was because
that
of him.
So bad.
Oh, it's terrible, but man, getting a little bit of a taste of 80s Leslie Jordan is like, it's amazing.
Oh, God. So Suzanne, Anthony's coming in singing again. And Suzanne says something that I was thinking too, but she directs Anthony. It should have been directed at Anthony and Charlene. Well, maybe if they sing less, they'd get more done.
I thought that too. Like,
because Charlene just stops what she's doing and starts singing. And like Anthony's at least going back and forth singing. Like there's a difference there, but
Charlene's not. She's never been very good at multitasking.
No. And then Anthony starts singing "Sweet Low, Sweet Chariot."
Swing low. As soon as that's one of those triggers, right? As soon as he started doing it, I was like, I remember this episode. Like as soon as that happened.
Do you think in other places other than the South that you have a sing along in social studies with "Swing Low, Sweet Chariot," or is that just a Southern thing?
Do you want my real answer, or do you want me to be?
I want your real answer, or is that just a Statesville, North Carolina thing?
There's a lot of school things that happen in the South that did not happen in a lot of other places. I know that, especially now that I've gotten to know people from all over the country.
I wonder how many of those are just like literally Statesville, North Carolina specifical.
I don't know. Sometimes I'll say stuff to people and they look at me like, what? I'm like, oh.
You mean this random weird thing was a part of your school experience?
Oh, got it. Okay. I'll be quiet now.
God. One thing that is school fights. That is something that is common throughout.
I mean, we didn't actually have a huge amount of fights at our school.
We didn't. Anytime we did, it was usually two girls.
I do remember, however, that one time that girl ripped that other girl's weave out and she started spinning it around like it was like a piece of war trophy.
Girl, there were little pieces of weave all over the ground. Yes, I remember that. Right outside the science building.
I still have that imprinted on my brain.
I remember that.
I wonder what happened to that girl. Well, I wonder what happened to both girls, technically.
Do you remember their names?
No.
No, girl. Me either.
They weren't in the same class as us. They were a year younger than us. So
they were younger. Okay.
Yeah. Remember some of those kids that came after us those kids were tough. They were much more aggressive than our class.
Be aggressive. Be aggressive. They just didn't have that. They just didn't have that 8th grade AG teacher we did.
Yeah. Speaking of aggressive, we get to watch the news now.
We do. Charlene says, "Let's turn it on."
And Suzanne says, "Why?"
Why? Because it's the news. Well, what's on there? I don't know. That's why it's called news. So, baby Beatrix is born in England.
Girl, I was when I heard that, I thought, "Oh Lord, Mims." we used to joke about that family. So,
and Suzanne thinks Princess Anne looks like a horse.
I mean,
do you watch The Crown?
I have not started watching it. No,
you've never. Wait, what?
You know I have this. I know, but you know that I get this. Okay. You more than anybody else know that I get this weird thing where like I don't like watching stuff when everybody's talking about it. It actually turns me off of it, and I will eventually watch it, just like I was with Witcher. It took me like a year and a half to get to Witcher, but it was just everybody talking about something for me. I just really don't like it, and so but then they kept doing more seasons, and I was like, oh, this is not like a flash in the pan. This is like a thing, and then it started winning all the awards. I was like, okay, so but I do actually.
The Crown has won a lot of awards, girl.
A lot of awards.
A lot of awards.
So yeah, so
Olivia Colman has the Emmys. Like
I mean, that she at this point now she can just like shit, and people are like, "Oh,
Oh,
give her a
yeah.
BAFTA! Give
Yeah.
her a BAFTA!"
Did you hear the story about her and Heartstopper?
No.
So,
What-
have you watched that show yet? Of course not. Anyway,
because that stupid gay geeks group I'm in ruined it all.
the what?
There's a Facebook group called Gay Geeks, and it like Heartstopper has it taken over the group. All
yeah.
of them, they're just like, I want this. I really wish I had this, and blah, blah, blah. Like it's just like, oh my god, guys, let it go.
So, there's a scene that, like, in interviews, the dude who plays Nick is talking about Olivia Colman and how they didn't know that until she came on set that it was going to be her, right? She was there for 2 days. That's what you could schedule in. Nobody knew who was going to play Nick's mom. She showed up, and it was like, holy fucking God, it's Olivia Colman. So they're sitting there, and it's a scene where, I'm going to ruin a little bit for you. He comes out as bisexual. And she's sitting there, and like, just Olivia Colman, the person, just starts crying, and she's like, and he said, I'm sorry, I guess I need to step up my game. I didn't realize that. She's like, no, this is just such an important show and an important moment for people, and my God, fucking Olivia Colman.
Wow.
Yeah.
I had heard about her being on the show, and I was like, that's an interesting choice. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
I tell you about things, you forget who tells you. That's fine.
It's because a lot of people tell me a lot of things.
I know.
Plus,
but things I tell you are important.
Yeah, plus I don't get a lot of sleep.
There's nailed it.
When I wake up on the weekends, I'm like, this is what it feels like.
I
to
will be
sleep.
honest though with you. Knowing you and your propensity to like comics, the Heartstopper webtoon is probably more your.
Well, that's what you told me, so that's why. Yeah, like I'm. It's not.
I don't know if you watch look at webtoons or any of that, but
I do like webtoons. Who is it? Our mutual friend, Mr. B. I don't, try to not use people's names. He got me hooked on like all of these like anime comics, like this link so you can read all of these comics and stuff. So yeah, so I do actually got really into it because he kept sending me really good stuff. So I was like, oh, this is nice. Okay. So I'm trying. I mean, in the free time that I have.
Girl, don't worry about it. But
I just want. I don't.
Yet?
Okay, I think I know when I'm gonna watch it. So I think I know. So I think what's gonna happen is like the first Friday or Saturday following a Thursday night karaoke in which a person doesn't sing one of those songs, because that happens every week now. That's when I'll probably watch.
Okay, I'll ask you again in 2023. So.
People are terrible with that song, by the way. They are terrible with that song.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean, I get it. I get it's an unusual song. Like I got when I watched it on the Oscars, which wasn't great. And
no, that was horrible.
Yeah, and I've listened to other people do it. It's like I get that it's an unusual song.
It's yes.
But my goodness, the people doing it in karaoke.
You have to have at least 6 people do it.
Yeah.
And it's done in a round, which is really hard. Like Lin-Manuel Miranda can write a fucking song.
This went on Thursday, this past Thursdays, which was because it was Cinco de Mayo. There were so many Latin and Latin adjacent songs all night. So the lady was singing it with this dude. Essentially, she just took over. She just got tired of it. So she was just like, I'm going to sing all the parts, because she got frustrated with the dude because he was not going fast enough. And man, talk about heart capturing. Like I had multiple guys that were like, is she single? Is she, do you know her? Does she come here all the time? And I was like, I don't know her, guys. I'm sorry. And then one dude went and bought her a rose. I was like, what's happening, right? And she had left at that point too. He's like, have you seen blah, blah, blah? I was like, I think she left. Why? He's like, I got her a rose. I was like, okay.
Anyway, Anthony does a British joke.
Yes, he does.
And Charlene says, whatever happened to decent names like Tiffany and Shannon? To which Julia says, well, you know, the great ones always do come back.
One of Charlene's greatest lines in the entire history of the show. People quote that line still to this day.
Well, Mr. Briquette comes onto television.
Gross.
He is a black conservative who wants to reclaim America.
The parallels right now, in fact, between him and Herschel Walker are pretty hilariously. It's almost uncomfortable how much of a parallel there is.
Yep. Anthony wants to recall him. He's on the Atlanta City Council, and Anthony wants to recall him. How he ever made it onto the Atlanta City Council, I don't know. Atlanta was liberal then.
I mean, it was, but you know, there's always pockets of resistance.
So Briquette wants to get rid of homeless shelters and thinks that, you know, we should get these people back to work, and that maybe their families should start taking care of them.
Yeah, because
and Julia just says, this man's an idiot.
The writing was already on the wall at the very beginning of this episode.
Yep. And he then starts talking about he believes in equal pay for equal work when it comes to women. And as soon as he sees a woman doing equal work, he believes they should get equal pay.
That's right, but he's never seen it. Never.
Julia just gets angrier and angrier.
What is it that Charlene says? Guys, the blood is draining out of Julia's face right now.
And then he says, there was a complaint that said he only hires attractive women. And his response to that was, well, the woman who complained obviously flatters herself.
It's so gross. It's so gross.
So they offer a scissor rebuttal at the end of the day, the newscast, and Julia calls in immediately. It's like, I would like to reboot.
Not reboot.
Reboot. One of the best cartoons ever. Reboot.
It was actually one of the best cartoons. The reboot, however, was not good.
I did not know they rebooted Reboot.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I loved Hexadecimal. She was my favorite.
You're so gay.
That's how I knew I was a drag queen.
That's how you knew? Not Everlasting Love? Not you parading around your bedroom, like flailing around to that song over and over and over again? That's how you knew it was Hexadecimal? Really? Okay. All right, cool.
I think it could be two things.
I mean, I was just like, oh, okay. That's not what I knew. When you knew and what I knew, I guess, were two very different times.
When you knew you were a drag queen, girl? Because obviously it was much later than me.
When did I know I was a drag queen internally? I'm pretty sure it was watching at least one of the professional dance competitions that we used to watch in the 80s and thinking that I could twirl around and my sleep shirt would curl up around me.
I don't think it was a professional dance competition. I think it was the professional jazzercise competition.
No. It's not true. So my family, my mother specifically, happy Mother's Day, by the way, my mother specifically, we used to watch the ballroom dancing competitions every year. Like that was part of our with cheerleading too. But when I was a little boy and I had no idea or concept about boys and girls or anything like that, I used to watch those women twirl around. And you know, those ballroom dresses, they're constructed so that they kind of fly up in the air when you twirl them around. I spun around till I got sick because I was trying to make my little sleep shirt do that. Aww. And I got so frustrated because I wanted it so bad. That was when they got set.
And now, have you made yourself a dress that does that yet?
I have made a couple of them. Yes, yes, I have.
You still twirl around and get sick because the vertigo now.
I mean, I don't even have to do anything. I don't have to twirl to get sick now. I just gotta just close my eyes too many times, right? Close my eyes a couple of times, and I'm like, great, here we go.
So Julia's going to talk to the news.
Yes.
Well, now we're at Mary Jo's. and her TV doesn't work right. But Julia's getting ready to be on TV, so she has to beat the TV to get on.
Oh man, do you remember having to hit the television?
No, I never had to.
Oh,
I
okay.
never had to hit the TV.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I don't like that was never a thing we had to do.
Okay.
And we did not always have new TVs. Like I don't want you to think that we were special or something, but no, I never.
That's so funny. Like I felt like, I mean, I had this one old television when I was younger, and I can remember that being a specific part of getting the TV to work right.
Even the black and white one that I had in my room forever before I got my first color TV in there. No, even the little one that we had, my mother for some reason had a tiny one in the bathroom. I don't know where or the hell my dad got
that was a thing back then. We had one of those too.
The little ones that were like this big.
And they have a little handle on them.
Yeah, I love that thing. Oh my god.
They were always pastel colors too.
Yeah, my mom's was like this yellowish white. Ugh, it was, yeah. Even the one that was in the minivan, you didn't have to hit.
Sorry, I was just thinking about that minivan just now. Oh Lord,
you know what? I now being the age I am now, thinking back, that should have been my first car. That should have been my first
minivan?
car. Yes.
Oh yeah.
That would have been great.
That little, oh my gosh, that would have been so great. You driving that to school.
It was so comfortable.
Yeah, it was. It was like everything was like velvety smooth.
Oh yeah, except for the ride.
Lord have mercy.
Oh my God. Anyway, so Julia has her little rebuttal. It goes very well, and then Anthony calls, and the citizens' rights group wants her to run.
Yes, because her rebuttal was rebut. It was hardcore rebut.
Yes. So now we're back at Sugar Bakers, and Julia's fretting because she doesn't think she's qualified.
But you're an outspoken liberal woman. Of course you are.
And did you say, of course you aren't?
I said, of course you are.
Oh. Yeah, we see how well that went for Hillary.
Shh. You're going to spoil the end of the episode.
So Charlene had a dream that Julia was going to become the first woman president. Like, she was going to become city council member, then mayor, then governor, then first woman president.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I guess she forgot they lived in Georgia at that point in time.
So Anthony thinks she would be great and wants to coach her for her first debate.
Yep.
And like Anthony and the citizens group are afraid that she's going to go off, and like so she needs to simmer down, otherwise she'll never get elected, right?
That's like telling me and you to be less flamboyant.
Yeah. And she even says, Julie even says, my feathers will not be ruffled. When was the last time I lost my temper? To which Suzanne's like, well, we were at the bank the other day and a Corvette parked in a handicap space. And you went off on the person, and when he got out of the car, he was handicapped. I'm not going to use the word she uses.
No, we're not going to use that word. But at the same time, I mean, I do actually still see Julia's point, because if they did not go through the legal process of getting the actual handicap sticker, then how would Julia have known that they were handicapped?
I mean, or what if they just hadn't put the handicap sticker up?
Oh, that's true. There's that.
Or what if it was on their license plate?
Or there's also
not on the
that.
front.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Yeah. And Julie's like, I can control myself.
I need you to do that again.
I can control myself. So now we're in the newsroom. WTGB in Atlanta.
We're gonna get sued now. Jeez.
Yeah. And there's a series of callers, civil rights and liberal arts, and Julia nearly loses it, and Anthony coughs, and she gets back on track. And then it goes Pledge of Allegiance and school prayer, and Julia loses it. She goes on a tirade that, because he claims she's not Christian, and she's like, look, I don't want anybody to tell me when I have to do the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't want anybody to tell me when I have to pray. I don't want anybody to tell me when I have to do anything. You're not a fascist. He probably is.
Oh, he definitely is.
I'm not whatever. I'm not a liberal nutso. Why can't we all have sense, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? And then Burkett wins.
That's literally how the episode ends. Oh wait, and then Anthony sings at the end too, though.
Oh, that's right. Anthony sings I apologize.
Weird. It was a very...
I figured that I'd do the song as fast as the episode went by.
Yes.
Girl, did you find yourself a Miss Jude?
Oh, Suzanne's first dress was everything. Everything.
I'm actually going to give it to somebody else. I agree with you. That dress is everything. However, I believe that somebody was in the best look they've ever been in this time. I'm going to give it to Mary Jo at the beginning with that gray dress with the cummerbund. She has not looked this good with her hair was styled correctly. It was very weird. Like it's not the best look overall. But it is
I know
the
what you're
best
saying
she's
though,
ever
because
looked.
I will say that yes. So I will co-give this to her also because I remember specifically saying, "Boy, she really looks different today."
Yeah.
So at least it was different enough that I was like, "Oh, that's a different look."
And you know what? She wasn't late. Girl, did you like this episode?
I mean, it's the same thing that I've said before, which is like it's difficult when these episodes are so singularly focused and they don't give us any palate cleansers at all. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know, like I'm always 50-50 because I do love a good Julia ranting episode. So I mean that part's great, but it's like when there's nothing in the middle of it, when it's just like that one linear storyline, it kind of always, for this show especially, because it's not just Julia, it's like also Burkett, right? Like their characters are so overwhelming that you're kind of like, geez, I'm feeling, not feeling myself while watching this. It's just kind of like, so I'm like a 50-50 on this one.
I was surprised this episode was actually 22 minutes long. Like it felt like nothing. Like I was watching it, I was like, oh, it has only been 15 minutes because there should be more here, right? I didn't dislike it, but I didn't feel like there was enough there for me to actually have an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it was just very. I mean, I don't know. I felt like, what it was like to me. It was like the episode where Mary Jo had the weird sort of like the father that was like hitting on her thing. It had that same sort of vibe to it. But in that one, right, it had little like funny parts in the middle of it. So it wasn't like this where it was literally just like Julia getting ramped up more and more and more and more and more. It was like, holy crap. That I think that's what it was. It was like there was no ebb and flow to this. It was just a runway for Julia to just start at 0 and end at 1 million.
Did you see that the new Doctor Who's been announced?
Yes.
A black man.
I'm so excited, and a good actor on top of that.
I've never seen Sex Education.
Oh my gosh, it's a good show.
Oh, that you've seen.
I've seen that one, yeah.
Okay, because people weren't talking about it at the time.
Exactly. And it was British.
Heartstopper's British.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The Crown is British.
But The Crown is it's British, but it's like the glorified British, right? Like Sex Education is like that Eastender style British, right? Like that's the kind that I like. I mean, if it's gonna be the other kind of prestigious British, there better be a murder mystery. That's all. Somebody better die.
Heartstopper takes place, I think, in Kent, so it's very common British.
Yes. Like I said, it's difficult for me sometimes to get into British things unless somebody doesn't die. I'm so used.
Do you want me to tell you if somebody dies? Will that make it better?
I'm just so used to watching British mysteries. It's like it always. I'm not even joking when I say this. Sometimes when I watch normal British things now, it feels awkward because my brain is just kind of like it just automatically starts thinking about who's gonna die.
You know what? Why don't you tell people where they can find you? We're done. Just tell people where they can find you.
Sorry. Hello, people.
Hi.
I'm your Auntie Maim. They couldn't hear you that time. You said it so quietly.
It's on purpose.
So you can find me on the socials. At auntie.maim on Instagram and on Facebook. You can also follow us on Instagram at Mims and Maim, one word. And if you are just happen to be down in South Florida vacationing, I do perform locally. I have a weekly karaoke / cabaret show in Miami Beach called Amazing Colossal Karaoke at Kill Your Idol. I do improvised comedy at the Villain Theater in Miami, which you can find out about it. VillainTheater.com. It is bi-weekly. I might start being weekly again though, because there's another show I might be doing. Ridiculous. And then what's the third thing? Oh yeah, I also host a stand-up comedy show in Fort Lauderdale called Laughs at Lit. The bar is called Lit, and the show is called Laughs at Lit. So. 3 different places that if you're ever down here vacationing, you can come see me and hang out, and we'll have a kiki. And how about you, my good buddy, my pal, my soulmate, Mr. Mims? A soulmate doesn't have to be sexual, and it doesn't have to be that kind of relationship.
Mr. Mims. That's
you're giving off
that face.
You're giving off Mr. vibes today.
Oh well, just call me Thur. Anyway, I am the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me on the Twitter at Divine Miss Mims. You can find this podcast on the Twitter at Baking Sugar Pod. Hey, Maim, we have another podcast. I got it mixed up this time. It's called You Slay Me. You can find it wherever you get your podcast. Just look for Mims and Maim, You Slay Me. Maim, we also have a Patreon.
Shut up.
You can throw us some money at patreon.com. Mims and Maim.
And join our other two friends that are already giving us
right.
Moolah
Rouge.
Moolah Rouge.
Moolah Rouge.
That's why you're giving off Mr. Vibes today. No lipstick.
Oh, I'm not wearing any lipstick. I don't have any nearby either.
Used to that.
Well, I'll just have to be a Mr. right now. Anyway, girl, do you have anything else to add?
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there listening to us.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, whether they be found or biological.
There you go. Thank you for all you do for all of us.
Okay. Anything else?
Thank you in the air. Thank you. Sorry, I'm just going to do some Alanis. Thank
you, Silence. Thank you, Silence.
All right. Oh, we do the. Oh, man. If we had just thought about this earlier, we could have sang Mama from Spice Girls.
Well, we do have another podcast. Anyway, are you done? Do you have anything else to add?
My friend. Do you remember that song? I used to love that song.
No, I don't remember. That is what Spice Girl song.
How can you not remember? They sang it in the movie.
Girl, I have the memory of a fish. I don't remember movies. Like, it is very difficult for me to remember, like, things happening.
There's one movie that you remember.
Soap Dish. It's the only one I can remember because I've seen it so many times that I've recited it.
Hello, Mother. Yeah, I thought you'd remember that.
Oh, God. All right. Babe, why don't you say goodnight?
Good night, babe.
Bye, y'all.